What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, my 2024 rod and reel arsenal. I don't have a ton of rods. Unlike most tournament anglers, I kind of keep it as lean as I can. I got about 14 combos behind me, and it covers top to bottom pretty much every technique you could imagine. I do tend to take my rods and make them multi-purpose, so I'll run you guys through kind of what setups I would throw on each rod and what it's paired with and all that good stuff. We're going to work our way from the far side, which would be finesse, and then jump into my biggest casting rods down to my smallest casting rods. And let's jump right into it. First up, a great price point rod. This is my Ned rig rod. This is pretty much all I throw on it is a Ned rig. I would have no problem throwing like a hover shot on it. This is 610 medium light Bass X by St. Croix, paired up with a Shimano Stratic 2500, 15-pound P-line TCB braid, and I've got a TRD quarter-ounce head with a TRD, a TRD. So this is my Ned rig rod. This thing's hilarious because you hook into a 2.5 pounder and it fights like it's a 5. Really good rod. No complaints on this one. I did have 7'1" medium, and I actually broke the tip like right here, spooling it up for whatever reason. So I've replaced that with an upgraded rod. Next in the lineup, this is Dobyns Champion XP. This is the 703 SF. Really nice rod. It's a medium power, fast action. This I throw my Finesse Tokyo rig on. So I've got a 1/0 hook, quarter-ounce tungsten pegged on there. Same thing, all my spinning reels are Stratic 2500s. All my spinning reels have 15-pound P-line on them. So, really good rod. I haven't had a ton of time on the water with this one, but I know it's going to be solid just based on the next rod coming up. So, and I'll link all this down below so you guys can see exactly what I'm using. Next rod up, Dobyns Champion Extreme 702 SF. This is my drop shot rod. It's probably the best drop shot rod on the market, in my honest opinion. You could also throw Ned rig on this if you wanted to. Anything really 3/8 total weight or less, including the soft plastic. But this has been a great rod. Stratic again, 15-pound P-line, just a great combo. And my last spinning rod, and I wanted to try this one for a budget rod. This is the Dobyns 703 SF Fury. Really good price point, just over $100. Stratic 2500. This reel is super dirty. This is my workhorse as far as spinning gear. It's got an Angler Tungsten Eclipse swim bait head on it right now, 2/0, quarter-ounce. That thing is phenomenal, paired up with like a Divine 2.7 or a Whale 3.0. And it has really good returns on live sonar, so that's been super helpful. So that's the last of my spinning gear. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this rod just because it's pretty popular across the board, I would say, on YouTube. So Dobyns Fury 795 swim bait rod. It's technically a medium heavy. This thing throws baits great. I've got a Chad Shad on it right now. I'll throw this. I'll throw the Mag Drafts, Huddlestons. I've got an Osprey. I got a depth slide swimmer 175. Throws great on this. I got that spooled up with 30-pound braid on a Daiwa Alexa 300. This is a great reel. It's a little heavy. The whole combo is a little heavy, but both being kind of budget rod and reels. I mean, this is a $300 combo. So to be able to throw big baits, that's pretty budget friendly. So I've had that rod for years. Actually was in my first tackle rod and reel arsenal video. Moving down the line, Dobyns Champion XP. This is 734. This is my all-around jig rod. I absolutely love this rod. Super sensitive, loads up really deep, keeps those fish pinned. Got a, what's this one? This one XLX? Yeah. Shimano SLX DC, paired up 30-pound braid. Sometimes I run braid deleter. I run braid, like straight braid, a lot. I'm more confident with it. So that's what's paired up here. 734 Champion Extreme. Champion XP. Next up, these are like my babies. Dobyns Champion Extreme HP 746. So this is a mag heavy. This is my Tokyo rig rod. And I have two of these. I have two back to back. They're the exact same rod, both 746. Both have a Shimano Scorpion DC on them. I run the 150 size. I'm left-handed, so it's 151. Got this rigged up with a VMC Tokyo rig 5/0 hook, 1/2 ounce tungsten. Basically throwing a short drop shot on a casting rod. This is a great follow-up bait. Love the Scorpion. It's probably my favorite reel. Also spooled up with 30-pound braid. And all my braid on my casting rods, for the most part, is Power Pro. There is one that has Max Quattro on it. So moving right along, Champion Extreme HP again, 746, Shimano Scorpion. This is what is this gear ratio? A 6:2 to 1. A little bit slower for my Texas rigs. I reel relatively fast anyhow, so I actually use the gear ratios to slow myself down. Texas rig rod, pegged 1/2 ounce tungsten, 5/0 hook. So that's most of my st.croix, D-bombs, Rage Craw, Flapping Hog, just straight up Texas rig, playing in grass more or less. Next up, this is one of my favorite rods, and it's super affordable. I'll do another video on kind of top 3 budget rods. This is a Daiwa Tatula XT. This is a $100 rod, 7.4 heavy. This is a great rod. I've got it rigged up right now with a 10-0, 10-0 1/2 ounce beast hook. I'm gonna throw that with these guys. The new 6-inch whale from 6 cents. Weedless presentation, same thing with the Mag Draft Freestyle. I'll throw that a lot. And then in the middle of summer, I'll switch this out and I'll actually throw in a frog on it. So this is a great frogging rod. Daiwa Tatula TWS CT100. Great reel. Again, $120 reel. This combo, 220 bucks, give or take. This thing's phenomenal. I would compare this pretty closely with my Dobyns Champion XPs. It's just a really, really nice rod. Ton of backbone, also ton of tip. So keeps keeping the fish pegged really well. It does a good job with it. Next up, this is a St. Croix Bass X. This is 7.4 heavy. I actually got this in a package deal with 2 other rods. One of them is still in the lineup, and I sold one. But 7.4 heavy. This is a good rod all around. It's definitely lower on the price point, and you can tell the difference when you're fishing like the Champion XPs and the Extremes. But still a really good rod for somebody who just wants a quality rod to go fishing with. 7.4 heavy. SLX DC again. This one is my biffle head. So my swinging jig heads with a football on it. I caught a lot of big fish with this rod, and it has not given me any trouble whatsoever. I love this combo. This essentially, it could be a jig rod too, but I throw the swing head on it most of the time. This is probably the most affordable, the second most affordable rod in my arsenal. So this is the Dobyns Maverick series, 705 CB. This is, I bought this because it's technically a crankbait rod. I don't like it for crankbaits. This is like the best chatterbait rod I've ever thrown. It loads up really well. It's a mod fast tip, so you can really keep them pegged, and it just swims really nice, and it's super light. I got that paired up with a Daiwa Tatula 150. This is a really solid combo. It's dirty again. It's on the deck all the time, but this rod as a whole is super nice. Got a jackhammer on it right now, and 30-pound braid. So this is a rod I never would have purchased if I was looking at rods on the shelf. I just wouldn't have purchased it. St. Croix Bass X 7.4, medium heavy, moderate fast. I don't really know what to throw on this. So I've tried everything. It's really good with a swim jig, particularly a swing head swim jig like the Axle by 6 Cents. Really solid. It's also really good with a treble bait topwater. So spooks, whopper plopper, pompadour, anything that's a treble bait topwater, this thing's phenomenal. I wouldn't hesitate to throw a wake bait on this either. But really good. Spooled up with SLX XT. Again, this is like a $200 combo. It's good. It's good, and you could multi-purpose. I mean, you could do spinner baits, chatter baits, whatever you wanted if you needed to make a multi-purpose rod. Stepping up, probably my most expensive combo that I have. Also one of my favorites. This rod, you can throw pretty much anything you want on it. If you've watched any videos on the channel, this rod has thrown a 1/4 ounce Texas rig with the Yamamoto Fat Ica. It's thrown the chatterbait, jackhammers, 1/2 ounce 3/8. It's thrown a Texas rig. It's thrown finesse jigs, spinner baits. This is just a great all-around rod. So this is the Loomis IMX Pro, 7'1", medium heavy. It's the 855C. This rod's phenomenal. The sensitivity in this rod alone is insane. Just pair that up with you guessed it, Shimano Scorpion. Absolutely love these reels. DC again, 151, 30-pound braid. This braid is actually an entire season old and probably should be changed out. But that rod, I throw, as we've moved through this arsenal, this is basically just my really light Texas rig, so 1/4 ounce with like the Fat Ica or a finesse jig. I've got the Outcast V2 finesse jig on it right now, and that has been a phenomenal setup. This thing crushes smallies. Last rod and reel combo out of the setup. I started last year with, or this year, well, I started 2023 with 4 crankbait rods, and I had a different water level for each one. Turns out I don't crank that much, and I don't really need it. So I got rid of 3 of them, kept one I liked, and I'll tell you what, I kept the cheapest rod, and it's my favorite out of all of them. And I wouldn't hesitate to buy this particular rod model in any size, power, configuration, whether it's spinning or casting. That's the Shimano SLX. This rod is a phenomenal crankbait rod. I was really worried about it when it was down for deep cranking, but I've had 300 DDs, 500 DDs on this rod, which is over the weight capacity, and it just flings them, and I still can pin the hook. So it's a 7-foot medium, moderate, right? Yeah, moderate, and it's glass rod. This thing's great. I have that spooled up with a Daiwa Tatula 150, 30-pound braid. I do run a leader on my crankbaits, but 30-pound braid to like a 10, 12-pound leader. And this has a square bill on it right now. This rod is like $100. It's for $100, spend the extra money and get this rod. This thing is phenomenal. So that is my 2024 rod and reel arsenal. This is what we're heading into the tournament season with. Most of them are already prepped for tournament season, which is crazy, but we're pretty much ready. I've got 2 reels to respool, and that's it. We're ready to go. That's what's going to be in the boat, and now you guys know what I'm fishing with. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. Comment, subscribe, share with your friends. These were all rods that I would trust, so if somebody was like, hey Cameron, what rod would you buy? I will tell you exactly the combo that I would throw personally. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll catch you guys in the next one.